Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Alex here, an American who's been living in the Philippines for almost a decade. Today, we need to talk about something serious. Something that hits home for any expat, tourist or foreigner thinking of settling here. Your safety. In Cainta, Rizal, just east of Metro Manila, 4 armed men stormed the house and robbed a group of Indian nationals, getting away with over 1.4 million pesos, expensive gadgets, jewelry, and even their passports. So in this video, we're going to break down exactly what happened, talk about why this kind of things keeps happening in certain areas, and more importantly, I'll be giving you real, non-generic tips on how to stay safe in the Philippines through experience, and I'll show you what worked for me and what to absolutely avoid. But before we get into the video, if you're new here, hit the subscribe button, like this video, because I drop content every single week on this channel about life in the Philippines as an expat. It's completely free to you and it will help me out to complete my goals on becoming a full-time content creator. So what really happened in Cainta? Let's start with the actual incident. According to police reports, this happened in broad daylight, Tuesday afternoon on August 5th in Barangay Santorino, Cainta, Rizal. 4 unidentified men barged into a private residence where a group of Indian nationals was staying. They were armed and declared a holdup. In a matter of minutes, they got away with 200,000 pesos in cash, 1 million pesos worth of jewelry, 3 phones and an iPad worth around 123,000 pesos, 5 wristwatches worth 90,000 pesos, and maybe the most important thing, their passports. The suspects fled in a black Ford Territory SUV towards Felix Avenue, and as of now, the authorities are tracking through CCTV footage and trying to trace the vehicle. As of recording this video now, I still don't know if the perpetrators were caught. Now listen. This isn't the first time this happened. In fact, there's a trend of targeted home invasions against foreigners or business owners, especially those perceived to have cash or valuables in their house. So we should all see this as a wake-up call for many foreigners and expats living here, especially if you keep large amounts of cash at home, have no local security system, live in an area that's not gated or lacks barangay security. Now listen guys, I love the Philippines. I'm a big Philippine supporter. You guys may know from watching my videos. I've built a life here, but we have to be honest about certain things. Just because you're in a nice looking area doesn't mean crime won't find you. There are plenty of upper class, middle class neighborhoods where things like this still happen. Just like in the US, criminals are organized, and same goes for the Philippines. Some of them watch your house, study your routines, and wait for the right moment. Now let's talk about the common mistakes that foreigners make here. And you'd be surprised how many people, even long-term expats, fall into these traps. And one of those would be assuming your neighbors are watching your house. See, Filipinos are friendly, yes, but that doesn't mean they'll call the police when someone's climbing your gate. Leaving valuables out in the open, that's another one, guys. If someone sees your iPhones, your jewelry, or even laptops through your window, you could potentially be a target. Another thing I see on social media, sometimes guys come here and they really want to throw their weight around as far as their pockets goes. So posting too much on Facebook, sharing photos of expensive gadgets, cash, or new purchases can attract the wrong kind of attention. You'll come here and you'll meet some amazing, friendly people. I mean, I just met an amazing person here on vacation. So you'll come across a lot of friendly folks in this country. But trusting random people too quickly, I know we all want to be liked. But some people who seem nice are actually scouting your lifestyle. So we got to be mindful of this, guys. For you guys that want to be absolutely safe, renting a house without security. Not all rentals in the Philippines are built for security. Some don't even have locks on the back windows. So some common tips that I want to share with you guys on being safe in this country. So what can you actually do to be safe in this country? I'm not going to tell you just stay in a good area. That's not enough. Here's what I've personally done or seen other expats do while staying here and staying safe. If you have your own house here, get a steel reinforced door with multiple locks. Some of the doors here only have 1 lock. Most burglaries here happen in under 10 minutes. So make your house or apartment harder to enter. You can also install fake or real CCTV cameras. I do it all the time. Even a dummy camera with a blinking light can be enough to make some criminals back off. I know some expats in my group that have actually hired a security guard, or they have caretakers. If you live in a large compound or own your own property, you can hire a local. Someone that your wife knows or your girlfriend knows could be a family member. But of course, the trust has to be there, and it creates an extra barrier. In some neighborhoods, people in the Philippines will say ayo, or they might even knock on your door. Sometimes they just want to sell things or ask questions or offer a service. If you're alone, don't open the gate or door. You should also live in a community with active barangay security. Some barangays have 24/7 patrols or roving guards. It's worth paying more for rent just for a little extra peace of mind. Here's a tip that I don't hear often. You can join a neighborhood Viber or Facebook groups. Local communities often warn each other when suspicious people are around. And I mean, never isolate yourself completely. You gotta make friends with a couple of local neighbors. It creates an unspoken network of people watching out for each other. And if the people really vibe with you here, that's exactly what they would do. They will have your back. These guys here had their valuables and important possessions and paperwork just hanging around. So keep passport copies and digitized documents. If your passport is stolen, like in this case, it'll take weeks to recover. Keep backup copies in your email or iCloud. You can also buy a small safe to hide your valuables smartly. Pick a spot in your house like I do. You can't find my valuables, trust me. But don't just stick everything in one vault. Spread your cash in hidden places inside books or Ziploc bags and dirty laundry. Trust me guys, that one works. Now I want to go over with you a few real stories I've seen or heard personally in the expat community that I run. There was a Korean businessman that was robbed in Angeles City because his maid tipped off the robbers. She dropped the location, guys. A European couple in Cebu lost 500,000 pesos after posting vacation photos while away from their home. There was another incident where an American expat in Davao got drugged and robbed after inviting a date over from Facebook. Like, come on guys, are we really that desperate? We can do better than Facebook, guys. And you could obviously see the trend with all of the stories that I just mentioned. Most of these cases involved insider info, poor situational awareness, and bad habits. But I don't want to use this video as a scare tactic. Before you pack your bags and say goodbye to the Philippines and say it's just some dangerous place, let me be real with you. We know that every country in the world has its bad places and also crime. Even in your country, I am sure of it. I've lived here for nearly 10 years. I've raised a family here. I've made Filipino friends who defend me like a brother. But I also don't take unnecessary risks. So you don't need to be paranoid. Just be smart enough, use common sense, and use some of the tips that I've mentioned in this video. Another thing I want to say is respect the culture. Don't be setting your bars too high and throwing money around to these women. Build trust slowly. I mean, this is common sense and the rule of life. And protect your home like you would anywhere else in the world. So my final words and tips for you newcomers out there. If you're new to the Philippines or thinking of moving here, here's the quick checklist. Choose your neighborhood wisely. Talk to the locals. Be low-key about your lifestyle. Think before you trust. Never assume you're invisible to crime just because you live life quietly. Always have an emergency plan and emergency money set in the bank just in case you need to run out. And if you're already here, let this recent case in Rizal be a reminder. We all have to stay alert and connected and stay smart. Let me know in the comments, have you ever heard of incidents like this one? Or have you taken any extra safety steps in your area? I'd love to hear from you, my fellow expats out there and locals. Hit that like button if you found this video helpful. Subscribe for more talk from a foreigner living in the Philippines. Don't forget to turn on your notifications. We talk about everything from expat life, Filipino culture, dating safety, scams, and real life living in the Philippines. Catch you guys on the next video. Know you used to love me. I know you got someone else.